Okay, so for this one, we are going to take delta to be epsilon over 5. So the way that we'll be writing this is, let's see, so let epsilon be greater than 0, fix delta is equal to epsilon over 5. Suppose that x minus absolute value of x minus, okay, this is whatever this is, x minus 1, this is the value that x goes towards. Suppose x minus 1, the value that x goes towards, is less than delta, aka the distance between x and the value that we are limiting to is very small. Delta is very small. Being less than delta means that we're like closing the distance, more or less. Suppose that x minus 1 is less than delta, then you can write then, or like you can write this implies, but if we can assume this statement, then we can do the whole shenanigan that we were doing before. So then we write f of x minus, so here we put the other thing on the other side of the equal sign, 2. 2 goes in here. Then f of x minus 2, which is, we're going to simplify this expression first, is equal to f of x by plugging in f of x, negative 5x plus 7. This is f of x minus 2. Okay, so those are equal. This is going to be equal to negative 5x plus 7 minus 2 is equal to negative 5x, what is this, plus 5. Okay. And now we have this negative 5 in front, and we want to factor that out. But to do that, we kind of have to do it in a more roundabout way. We want this x to just be x, and we want this expression to look something like the expression we had for delta. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to factor this as negative 5, put a parentheses around this, factor out a negative 5 from negative 5x plus 5, then this becomes just x minus 1. Okay? So now because I have one thing times another, the absolute value splits across these two factors. And so we get that this is absolute value of negative 5 times absolute value of x minus 1. Okay? This is one of the properties of the absolute value. And the absolute value of negative 5 is just equal to 5. And so this expression is equal to 5 times absolute value of x minus 1. Okay, so that's a long line of equalities. All of these expressions are equal to one another, and now we have this x minus 1 here. We can use our delta. We can use our expression in delta. So x minus 1 is less than delta. This is less than delta. And so 5 times x minus 1 is less than 5 delta, right? And to start with, we set delta to be equal to epsilon over 5. And so we can plug that into delta. And so here we get 5 times epsilon over 5, which is equal to epsilon. Okay, so in this long chain of equalities, there's only one inequality right here. And if we paste the two sides together, if I condense this side and condense this side, again, we get the expression that f of x minus 2 is less than epsilon whenever, oh shoot, my phone is out of battery. Oh my gosh. Whenever x minus 1 is less than delta. Okay, and so this proves our point that lim x going to 1 of, what was it again? Negative 5x plus 7 is equal to 2. Okay.